So maybe you're going through a rough spot. Maybe you don't think there's much hope. You just had a breakup, or you think you're about to. And you're not where you want to be right now. It seems pretty screwed. And what if you're exactly where you're supposed to be? Seems like a mess. Things are not going your way. And what if you're actually sowing the seeds of where the universe, source, God, whatever you call it, needs you to be? That if this moment in time for you of this, what do they call it? The darkest day of the soul or something, is exactly where God wants you to be. I remember back, it seems like yesterday, seems like 100 years ago, I had a bad break about a year and a half ago. It was just bad, just didn't go according to plan. They normally don't. It was my 39th birthday. I didn't expect I was going to break up with my girlfriend that quick and spend the birthday. Wasn't alone, it was with friends, but it was not what I anticipated. And I had this subtle knowing that I was right where I was supposed to be in my heart. In my mind, it didn't feel like that at all. It felt like a train wreck. It felt like I could have made this work. It just felt like a mess, man. And it sucks. And for guys, unless we have good people around us, we'll suffer in silence, depending on what pick your poison. We'll work more. We'll make more money. We'll go deeper into isolation. We'll tell our guy friends we pretend kind of everything's okay. Still text a funny meme in the group chat. And we feel like shit inside. I felt like a lot of shit 18 months ago. I didn't know, a lot of people seemed to have a rough 2024 or a rough 2025. Mine was last year. And I didn't know some of the things I was going to get in. But I had this subtle, tiny knowing, like, you're right where you need to be. So wherever you're at right now, what if you're right exactly where the fuck you need to be? Most guys, if they have the privilege, and if you're watching this at 3 minutes, you're one of them, that you can have a breakup that can totally rock your world. Where it brings a lot of pain, shadow, love, sadness to the surface, kind of a bit of everything. And the temptation can be to go back and get that person back and to cling to that relationship. But that the breakup you're going through right now, or you just went through, or you think you're about to go through, is an initiation into manhood that you couldn't possibly imagine. We live in a time where we have to choose conscious initiations, and we have to choose them multiple times. You can do some 90-day challenge with your body, with your business. You can go do a survival course in the woods. You can drink ayahuasca. You can go to Vipassana. You can go to some seminar and change how you see the world. A breakup, and oftentimes there's like the breakup that is the ultimate initiation into you fully stepping into your power, really knowing when you shed everything away, who you really are, what you really want, what you're here for, what your purpose is, which isn't something you find and you buy a building and you work there. It's something you embody. And what if whatever you're going through, you need this pain? It's kind of like, if you heard these stories, it's not a metaphor, it's a great metaphor, but it's actually real. That when forests burn down, there's certain seeds of new life, of new growth, that couldn't actually come to the surface if it didn't just burn to the ground. And it's harder, it's a lot harder. It's my motivational minute for today. If you don't have someone to talk to, and if you're a guy, you might not be that comfortable with your feelings, or you might be talking to everybody. I was just talking to someone recently, and he's telling everyone at work what his breakup, this is months ago now, what he was going through, because he just had to tell everyone because it was so painful. Now seeing him 2 months later, wanting to get back with his wife, but going, if we can't align on some things, if she doesn't want to look at her darkness, the stuff she needs to heal, how can it work? And to say that from a position and a place of certainty, knowingness, confidence, rather than some bullshit you read in a book. And it's trickier if you're in one of those two extremes where you talk to no one and you isolate. This is where the pot comes back, the porn comes back, the Tinder can come back, the booze, the pills, whatever your thing is, the work. You need more alcohol or weed at night to go to sleep, so you say. Been there. And then you need more coffee, more cigarettes, more 5-hour energy drinks, more Adderall, more Ritalin, whatever it is, all the above, to then really make it through the day, and you get in this feedback loop. And what if you're a matter of months, maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years, away from a totally different life? How you look, how you feel, what you embody. Maybe you're doing the same work, you're just making more money, maybe totally different work, and something you're deeply connected to that has an ever-growing possibility to fulfill you more and more as you go and grow. And you needed that pain. You didn't need it, but if you're in it, might as well use it. It's the old paradigm of needing the pain to grow, needing the trauma. It's got to be hard. But what if this next chapter that's coming, that you don't even think you're turning the page to now, what if it could be easy? What if it could be simple? What if it could be fun? And that this process, you're burning away what's not you. The woman you're about to exit with, or you just exited with, could have been great, could have been the best you've had by far. Better than all the other women combined. You thought you were going to marry her, you were married. And what if something in your heart knows? Your brain probably doesn't. I get it. Been there. But your heart knows there's something that's made just for you. Not just a person, but a whole different quality of life. And what if you were able to talk to your future self now? Maybe you will as you think about this now. Go to bed and have some dreams from your future self. You can interpret them on your own. Maybe they're kind of literal. Maybe you need your friend ChatGPT. Or you read a book or whatever. And like with I got little electronic candles in my apartment because they're easy. I just hit a button. Very American. That your future self is lighting the way with just little candles, a whisper in your heart that knows that there's something more, that knows you're made for more, that knows you are more. And it's not just becoming more, it's stripping away the bullshit that's not you, so you can return to an evolved essence. It's why we love kids. We don't love kids because they're unconditionally loving. That's totally not true. It sounds nice. But they remind us of our purity, of our essence. So take this as a download from my higher self, or yours maybe, that beautiful things are coming. That however absolutely fucked things seem right now, bro, they seemed very fucked 18 months ago for me. I never would have imagined that I'd be where I'm at today. Well, I could have imagined. I wouldn't have believed it 18 months ago. But if you started to listen, and act, because they don't work. If you just listen and you don't act, it doesn't really work. You can listen to a great body challenge and diet, if you don't do it, it doesn't really work. It's a good start. But that something absolutely beautiful and remarkable is coming. And the worse you feel, probably, almost certainly, if you use it, the better, the more magical something is coming, and it's right around the corner. A deeper part of you knows. You already know.